Hey, I have a question for you today. And I've been listening a lot to how people talk and exactly what they say. And this kind of fits right in that. So the question for you today is, what's the difference between a challenge and an opportunity? Because I hear a lot of people say, oh, that's a challenge. Oh, that's a problem, whatever. And I want to talk about that today because this is really important for us to distinguish these things. Otherwise, we get stuck. We get stuck. So let's talk about that in this video. All right. So I was listening to some people talk recently, and I've been on a lot of these different like web broadcasts and things like that. Some different CEO mastermind panels have been putting out a lot of articles and stuff like that. And it's interesting because you hear the same thing. What is your challenge? What is your challenge? And you know what everybody starts to turn that into these days? Which it really isn't. Everybody starts to put this thing of challenge into this segment of problems that they have in life. So, I mean, let's take the glasses off and be serious about this here for a second. I really can't see with those off, but that's perfect because I don't have anything to see right now except for my camera. But it's not a challenge, it's an opportunity to let my eyes adjust. So, a challenge is not a problem. It's not a problem, okay? And we lump all of our challenges into this bucket we call problems. So when you look around society lately, when you look at social media, how people discuss things, and you start hearing them talk about these challenges. Well, there's a challenge with this, or this person's challenged with that, and they're trying to equate that challenge to a problem. It's a bunch of BS. It's not a problem. It's an opportunity. So, how do we change what we're seeing and what we're doing? Seymour just knocked into my camera here, so sorry about that. How do we see what we're changing and doing with respect to challenges and opportunities? Challenges to opportunities. Because there's a difference here. There's a difference. When we have a problem, when we have a challenge, you know what we do? We feel obligated to deal with it. Because and a lot of times those challenges are things that other people have brought to you. They've brought to you. So when you think about it, a lot of people bring you their challenges, their problems, because you're a problem solver. You're a leader. Leaders solve people's problems, right? That seems to be kind of the norm. But really, what leaders do is more than anything, they say no to things. They say no. So it's fascinating. People will bring you something and they'll go, oh, this is a challenge. Or, marketing people will come to you and go, hey, when it comes to this, what's your biggest challenge? And you're thinking to yourself, what's my problem? What's my problem with this? And that's not necessarily the real way of looking at this. And it's not how you should look at this. You should look at it as, what's my opportunity? What's my opportunity? So you might see things change in your industry. I've seen things change in my industry. I was talking to a bunch of people last week from across industry. And you talk to them and they're like, oh, I have this challenge of this. And I'm like, you mean an opportunity? Well, actually, yeah, it is, because I'm looking at that organization as something that I want to become affiliated with or whatever. I'm like, well, then what's the challenge? Because we look at things from this polarizing perspective. Same thing with politics. People are like, oh, this is horrible. Well, wait a sec. Is it horrible, or is it a great opportunity? Is it an opportunity to create better relationships, better depth in our society, whatever it might be? More growth, more education, more happiness, more love, more advantage, whatever, of something that is beneficial. So that's this switch that we have to think about making, is stop looking at challenges as problems and start looking at challenges as opportunities. So I talked about saying no. saying no to things. Leaders say no to things. They don't let people put their problems on their shoulders. You ever had somebody walk in your office and go, "Oh my God, this is horrible." And then they stop and they wait. They stop and they wait. And you know what they're waiting for? They're waiting for you to go, "Okay, we'll get it figured out." And they're like, "Right, I'm out. That person's got it." You ever had that happen? I have seen that happen many times in my life. And you just have to teach people that you're there to help, you're there to facilitate, you're there to decide which of these opportunities you want to become part of, as opposed to taking people's problems. Taking people's problems. If you have kids, kids will walk in and they're like, "Oh, this just happened. The dog pooped on the floor. There's the toilet won't flush, or I can't find my socks," or whatever it is. I mean, I spilled something. Who knows what it is? And you're going, my big question is somebody dying and is something on fire? The answer is yes, then we need to take immediate action. But if the answer is no, is it an opportunity, or is it something that I want to say no to or redirect to somebody else? Good question, right? Or a salesperson runs in your office and says, "I lost this deal." They walked away from the table. Okay. And what they want you to do is to solve the problem, but it's not your problem to solve. It's their problem to solve. You may be the ultimate recipient of the results of that, but what's the opportunity? Okay. 1, did we want that deal? 2, why? 3, was it us or was it them? And 4, how do we get back together and put it back together if we want to spend more time on it? Because some things you need to walk away from. So the beauty of opportunities, as you can see, is a leader gets to pick which opportunities they pursue. Which opportunities they pursue. So that's kind of my question for you today. Which opportunities do you want to pursue? Because if you're just solving problems, you're not pursuing opportunities. And I talk a lot about writing down your day. Got my planner right here with my handy little pencil in it. And I wrote down, what are my opportunities? I don't write down what my problems are, because there are things in life that you focus on, and there are things in life that you don't. And if you allow somebody to dish up your problems for you and put them in front of you, all you're eating at that meal are problems. But if you go and pick your opportunities, how much better do you eat? How much better does your business eat? How much better does your life progress? How much better do your relationships get? So take a minute and look at your plan for today. Look at your plan for today and figure out how much of that plan consists of problems that you're carrying around on your shoulders, that you're trying to solve for people. And how much of that is opportunities? Opportunities to grow yourself, to grow your business, to grow your relationships, to grow your health. Define it. Be really clear on how you define it. And let's make a difference. Because if all we focus on are problems, all we do is magnify those problems. If what we focus on are opportunities, what happens? We create results. We create these game plans with action steps that end up in generating results for us. So to bring this whole thing back around, don't let somebody turn your challenges into problems. And don't pick up other people's problems and make them yours. Unless the one caveat here, the big unless, you see them as opportunities. And what do opportunities create? Review, results. Opportunities create results. Now, there's an easy way to tell between an opportunity and a result. And that is, can you control your emotions around it? Because you'll notice most people, and this is the secret part of this video where I'm sharing you this massive magic that goes on with this. Watch emotions. Watch emotions. Because people want to deliver you emotions. People want to deliver you emotions. They may be hiding them behind something that appears to be logic, but look for emotions. And how do we turn that emotion into excitement to create opportunity and create results so that we can get people empowered to go execute on things that's influencing them through leadership? So that's what I've got for you today. Think about that concept. Challenge. Does the challenge become a problem? Or does the challenge become an opportunity? And leader, do you take it on? Because you only have so much room to write in this thing. And you have so many things that you can accomplish to create results. Don't let everybody's problems take you away from doing that. So that's what I got for you. Think about that. Whenever somebody throws something in front of you, it's a good question, isn't it? See if we have any questions here. We have a lot of people. Good morning, Joe, Stacy, Chelsea, Suge, John, William. Oh, Denise, Jeff, Krista, Ian. A lot of people on here. It's great to see you all. Let's take a look at that and see what we can come up with. I love that. Jessica, look at problems from a different perspective. Turn that into learning opportunities. You got that right. All right. I will talk to you all later. I'm going to go to a mastermind. This awesome mastermind going on. Some of you may be on that mastermind. We're going to talk about where does business come from and how to look at that. So I might bring that back to you on one of these videos across the social media platforms here soon. But anyhow, have a great day. We'll talk to you soon. Be safe, be well, be strong. See ya.